We would have probably heard about autism quite frequent these days, especially in the news, on social media. But do we actually really know what autism is? Have you ever questioned what autism is? So today I'm actually here to tell you what autism really is. Autism is actually a neurodevelopmental disorder, and it affects usually 1 in every 68 children. Autism can be diagnosed as early as 18 months. If you're ever wondering who can actually diagnose your child, you can go to a clinical psychologist. They would be able to carry out a few tests on your child. You could go to neurodevelopmental specialist, or you could also go to any pediatricians with the proper qualifications to diagnose your child. Many of us would actually think that we can actually see physically in a person, but it is not the case. Like someone with autism versus someone without autism, physically they would look the same. Autism doesn't present itself physically, whereas it actually is present in the brain because it is, after all, a neurodevelopmental disorder. Autism is divided into 3 categories: who have little autism, some of them who have moderate autism, and some of them who have very severe autism. Some of us would actually argue or debate that vaccines cause autism, but it is actually a myth. Researchers or scientists have not actually been able to prove that these vaccines really are the cause of autism. Some of them would actually argue and say that, children who don't receive mother's milk at a young age when they're babies, that would also be another cause of autism, but it is actually not. No one has been able to prove scientifically that autism has a cause. There is no known cause of autism. Certain kids with autism would actually find it difficult to cope with their surroundings, especially when they go out. Passers-by would actually see, these kids throwing tantrums or fits or having behaviors in public. It's not because the parents didn't do a good job bringing their child up. It is actually because there are certain stimulus in the environment that is actually overwhelming the child, and that's why the child isn't able to cope with all these new stimulus that they have to take in. What we as a community need to know about children with autism is that they're actually not bad children, or they're not children who are misbehaving. They're actually trying to communicate with you with every behavior or every tantrum that they have. Think of it like when the child goes to a movie, for example, having this really loud sound and really bright lights in front of you, it is very overwhelming for them. For a typical person, can be very easy to take in, probably it's nothing to you. So when they cry or when they throw a tantrum, they're actually trying to communicate to you and tell you that this is too much for them. In conclusion, it is best that everybody just knows a little bit about autism and we all become a very inclusive community and be more accepting of children with different needs, because we want every kid to have an opportunity to grow and get education and be the best that they can be.